Alright guys, so following the recent 2.2 livestream that showcased both Robin and Boothill, as well as the drip marketing for the 2.3 characters being Firefly and Jade, you are likely thinking who should you pull for? Before I do my best to make the decision easier for you, would appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel and also drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Okay, as for the 2.2 characters being Robin and Boothill, I'll start with Robin. Robin being a physical harmony character would of course be broken since she is harmony, that goes without saying. Her skill is an AoE damage buff for the team that will last for 3 turns. Both the technique and talent will be able to provide more energy to Robin in their own ways, which will be very beneficial for her since her ultimate is the best aspect of her kit. The ultimate advances for the entire team by 100% along with providing damage buffs to the team. Robin is also able to resist crowd control debuffs within her ultimate state, and whenever an ally attacks, she will deal extra damage to enemies. Of course, the cherry on top of this broken ultimate is that she is singing, which I do hope isn't fixed to one song, as I do know she has a few songs. Kit aside now, as I mentioned in my last video, she does seem to be made for the follow-up attack team as she was showcased along with them on the livestream. The synergy Robin has with the follow-up attack team and her ultimate has some great potential. If follow-up attacks are able to proc the additional damage Robin is able to deal, which I can't see why it wouldn't, you'll be throwing out a crazy number of attacks. Unfortunately, we couldn't see how much damage those additional attacks will deal, so we will just need to wait for her full kit to drop for that. Also, I can't really confirm as nothing has been made official, but I am assuming it will be something within her traces that will benefit follow-up attacks. So with that in mind, it kinda narrows down the decision for Robin. If you have the follow-up attack team built already, Robin would likely be an amazing addition to the team. If you don't have the follow-up attack team built, but you are lacking on harmony characters, you would still be able to pick her up. Again, as long as you need a harmony character. If you already have RuanMei, Sparkler and Bronya, you would be able to comfortably skip. For me, RuanMei and Robin are similar in being able to provide damage buffs to the entire team, which enables dual DPS comps. So if you don't have RuanMei, Robin can be considered as somewhat as a replacement. Both are able to provide their own benefits to the team, but ultimately both provide an AoE damage buff. It's worth mentioning that Robin's ult in certain situations is insanely valuable, especially for those that are into zero cycling, as I would imagine it would make it a whole lot easier as the entire team is advanced forward. Also, Robin on the dot team would allow for Kafka and BlackSwan to stack more debuffs on enemies and will deal more damage when all of the dots tick. So Robin doesn't seem to be locked into the follow-up attack team only. Similar to how Sparkle is, she is made for the quantum team but is outstanding within many other comps. So again, if you need a harmony character, Robin would be really good. If you have the follow-up attack team built, Robin would be really good. If you have enough harmony characters and don't have the follow-up attack team built, skip. Alright, Boothill now, the most controversial one for me. He is a physical hunt character, and as a single target damage dealer, he does look very strong. His kit is also quite unique since his skill will lock himself and an enemy into a standoff where they only attack each other and the damage they both take from each other is increased. Both Boothill's talent and ultimate will be able to inflict physical weakness onto enemies, and the talent provides damage buffs to himself, which will allow his enhanced normal attack to pop off even further. As cool as his kit does look, he is a hunt character which is pretty much unusable. The only reason why Dr. Ratio and Sealer are exceptions is because they are able to attack multiple times during their turn. From what we know as of now, Boothill doesn't have the ability to do the same. With endgame modes consisting of multiple enemies having to be taken down, Boothill just wouldn't be able to keep up with the likes of the Dot team or an Imbibe to Lune Hypercarry team. So with that, I think Boothill is a comfortable skip for everyone, as there is no place in the game currently where you need to use him. However, still need to remind you guys that the new endgame mode is dropping in 2.3 and has been speculated to be a mode made for hunt characters. So if that mode is indeed made for hunt characters to shine, which we hopefully would find out as Boothill's banner is still out, Boothill would then become meta for endgame. It's just that I can't say right now he will be meta since we still have no clue if that new mode in 2.3 will be made for hunt characters or the usual AoE damage dealing characters. Now moving on to the 2.3 characters, which we only know the path and element for so far. Firefly being first up is a destruction and fire character, which is likely going to be a DPS character too. Now when it comes to destruction DPS characters, you typically find them being the hyper carry for a team. Two very popular destruction DPS characters are Jingliu and Imbibe to Lune, which are very powerful and meta till this day. Not just because they can hit insanely hard, but because they can deal blast attack damage, which means at least 3 enemies are being attacked. Of course, there are other factors such as Jingliu being really easy to build, and Imbibe to Lune does literally hit like a truck. However, Jingliu may be favoured a bit more in pure fiction since her ultimate is a blast attack, whereas Imbibe to Lune's is only a single attack. The point I'm trying to make is the more blast slash full AoE capabilities you have within your kit, the more use you would have for the character. So as it stands, Firefly, which I do expect to power creep the current destruction characters since it's Sam and they better not butcher him, will be capable of dealing blast attack damage at the minimum. Compared to Boothill, which exclusively deals single attack damage, Firefly would be the better choice as a DPS character. So if you you are looking to pick up a DPS character from 2.2 and 2.3, I would advise to pick up Firefly since she will be great for all of the current content we have in game, and she would likely power creep the other destruction DPS characters. Just my assumption though. She could just be on par with Jingliu and a Boothill, which wouldn't be an issue since they are still powerful characters. Then again, we literally know nothing about the kit, so she could possibly rival Acheron for all we know. So we will just have to wait and see for her kit to drop. Now Jade is another sticky one. She is an erudition quantum character and would likely be very good for pure fiction. But if you're someone that already has characters such as Acheron, Jingliu, Himiko and Herta, chances are that you wouldn't need any help with clearing pure fiction. Herta and her Eidolons are free, so everyone has one of the best characters already for pure fiction. So you realistically should just have another DPS that you have invested well enough to help you clear on the other team. Pure fiction aside, erudition characters aren't the best unless they are seriously buffed up by the teammates like Sparkle and Fushuan. So for a DPS to need supports to deal good damage, not even insane damage, doesn't really make it worth pulling for them. There needs to be some sort of erudition buff in the future, or if Jade is able to buff erudition characters just like how Topaz can buff follow-up attack characters, then she may be worth pulling for. Right now it would be too early to tell since we don't know what her kit could possibly hold. But what we can assume for now is she is an erudition DPS character which will need help in dealing good damage. If you do really want a character to carry you in pure fiction, she will likely be able to since she is erudition. So overall, if you guys are in need of a support character or have the follow-up attack team built, pull for Robin. If neither, then skip. If you are in need of a DPS character out of Boothill, Firefly and Jade, Firefly seems like the safest option to go for since you would likely use her the most out of the three in current game content. However, just know if you want a character like Jade just because she looks stunning, go right for it. You would still find some use case for the character. I hope this video does help you guys out. If you enjoyed the video, would appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel and drop a like. Also, drop a comment on which characters you are likely to pull from 2.2 and 2.3. And yeah, hope to catch you guys later.